Yo, man. What's up, world? Wanted to address a couple things just to let them be known. Things just come to your mind every so often, and lately I've been like, right, I'm gonna start documenting my thoughts for myself. I might bring value to other people as well. Because this past week, I've listened to a lot of business podcasts and just different entrepreneurs talking about their journey and how they found success. And I was blown away, right, by two stats. So one is by a guy called Mark Tilbury. I really rate this guy. To be honest, I've actually followed him. I think about it, it's been years, because I must have heard of him and followed him when I was in uni myself. And it's just probably 8 to 10 years, nearly 10 years. I don't know how long his YouTube's been out for. It might even not been that long, but pretty sure I've known about him for a long time. He's got a course, yeah. So he sells different products online. He sells products because of eBay, physical products. Makes his own digital courses, educational courses, and sells those also. And when you see people doing things, you see that they have a core business. Well, in this case, he has a core business. And then he's built up an online presence as well. And I've seen him, what really struck me as following him was because he would have his kids in his videos, like his sons, and I really respect that. But yeah, so he's very honest about how much money he makes with his stocks, and he's done some tests where he's put £1,000 into S&P 500 and then into crypto, and he's showing the returns that he's got from it. And that is so interesting, because this is the type of thing where in some communities and some families, you don't even pass this information down anyway. You just keep it to yourself. It could be a selfish thing. I know how to make money. Why don't you? And you should never judge no one in anything. And I think Mark Tilbury has shown me understanding, patience, and being calm will get you to understand any and everything, and time in the game, because everyone has their story also with the adversity that they've had to overcome. And it's very nice to see people who might not be from your walk of life but have a similar perspective and outlook. So I really enjoy Mark Tilbury's page here, but him and his long-term stocks has really been interesting to me, and some of the products that he's sold and when he's brought down his income streams have been. Now, the kicker, what really inspired me the other day, was a guy called James Sinclair. Alright, so again, James Sinclair, I've followed James Sinclair now for a little while, probably a few years. Yeah, it's definitely coming on 2 years. And what I like about him is he does a podcast show where he asks business owners to come on, and I think the other guy's called James as well, do a panel where the person calls him, says their issues, what business advice they'd like to get. The advice is obviously, they give advice, but really they listen to the person's situation and try to help them to get to the next stage. And then if they can partner them up or they find the potential, you can see that they use this as a way to find other businesses which they could potentially buy, partner with. It's really good networking. But what stood out to me, because I follow James Sinclair every week, because he speaks to business owners, and it opens up your brain, my brain, into how to scale and how to operate to a higher level. And there is a certain standard once you get certain information. To operate below that, it just doesn't make sense, because you can see what's profitable and not profitable activities in it. And then they have their high level business, they don't mess about. There's no one man band over there, you know what I mean? But what stood out, right? What hit me as, whoa, I need to change my direction. He's done a breakdown video. This is James Sinclair. He's done a breakdown video of his income streams and income sources. And there was one which was extremely significant. Ooh, I just see someone get pulled over. So I'll show you. From educational courses. And it's like a platform where you can get all information on how to be a better business person and how to scale. But when he showed the numbers, oh my gosh. Like, we're not talking low 6 figures, mid 6 figures. It was like high 6 figures. And when you see it information-wise on paper, you're like, so my activity and behavior can equate to that? And then you look at what you do in a day, and then you think, I could be doing this, or I could be doing that, or incorporating a bit of that. And that's one thing as well. If you want to become good at transactions and business, one, you have to master your own trade and what you do. But you got to listen to other people. Because now, the reason I'm doing this video is because that's come full circle to me. And I understand now, it's not enough to just offer your talent, service, or skill. You offer your talent, service, and skill, and then offer to show and teach others how to do the same thing. And there's probably more money in people trying to be their own version of a you than there is trying to convince people there should be a different version of themselves. Now, what do I mean by that? If you show somebody how you can be your best version of yourself, and let's say my word I understand is fitness and exercise. If I'm doing fitness and exercise in my bag, in my best of my ability, and showing others how to do that, people will come to me to become a version of me for themselves, right? Whereas if I just personal trainer mindset, grab people where they are and try to get them to the next, you can do that, but that's a very niche way of bringing someone forward through the ranks and stuff. That's something you do with people when you're gonna have them under your wing. But you can monetize simply by showing people what you know and what level they can get to. And it takes a lot of pressure. So I think what I've just come to realize now is that this year, things gotta change, man. You gotta take things to another level. And I'm personally quite a light-hearted person, and I've always realized there is other opportunities out there, regardless of where you currently are. There always is, always. And Mark Tilbury, James Sinclair, you've helped me to understand what and how to scale. Business isn't complicated, but completing the transactions and staying compliant is. We'll figure that stuff out as we go. But thank you. Follow those guys anyway, James, Mark Tilbury, because those two alone will give you so much value if you want to work for yourself or have your own company or corporation, etc. So much value. I'm going to be making a course or a series of courses as the time goes on. So we'll see how things go. But for now, how things have been pushed out for me, I now have direction. So I'm hoping I'll be able to be a lot more consistent and get the results that we all want to see. Peace and love, people. Joy.